Welcome back, Market Mastery, the only hour you need in the market to make money. We are here to celebrate today. Palantir hitting a 1,000% return on investment. Unfathomable, unbelievable, hitting as high as 83 in pre-market. Just unbelievable here, guys. As always, hit the chat. Let us know who you are. If you're from the Discord, shoot your username in there. Check in. Let us know how you're doing. Hello to YouTube. Hello to Twitter. We're going to get you juiced up today. We're going to talk a few very important topics. As always, we will cover our SPY options trades for the week. We will get those, your bull and bear case, done and done. We're going to talk about our 1,000% trade on Palantir. We're going to talk stage 2 AI winners, covering Snowflake, Palantir, MongoDB, and Tesla. We're going to play a little bit of trivia and give away another very important, delicious prize, 1 hour with my voluptuous co-host here. Will be the prize to answer a couple of questions in trivia, and then we will play your favorite game of Smash or Pass. So have those tickers ready so that you can call them out when the time is right, and we cover yours, tell you whether or not we think it's ready to go long. We've had a few big picks populate from that have been unbelievable so far. So congratulations if you have taken them. Congratulations, those have won the prizes. Let's get into it. We're going to pull this chart up here, and we're going to talk the S&P. We're going to talk SPY and talk this chart, talk you through it, give you the bull and bear trades as we do every week to get you set up to make money in this market, whether it goes up, down, or sideways. So as you can see, we tested a high of 609. Our target from last week was 608. Congratulations. Those calls paid handsomely. We are now looking at a touchdown off of our support level at 604 and change, with a level below it at 603 and change, potentially going as low as 601. So we are going to start with the bearish case, as we did see the market open with strong sell side volume today. Going to flip to the 15-minute chart. Remember, we don't want to touch these trades until we get confirmation on the 15-minute. Even after that happens, I would suggest you wait for a secondary confirmation with the second 15-minute candle that opens, just to be extra sure. So we're going to start with trade number 1. We are going to go, as always, 2 to 3 weeks out on the options chain as far as expiration is concerned. We are looking at the SPY chart here. You can see clearly that we came as high as 609. We touched down right here. So what we're going to expect tomorrow is, let's talk bulls first. If we open up neutral and bullish, right? So neutral to start, meaning trading sideways but staying above 604 and change, we're going to watch for a test of 607. Which means we will open and test this support here, and then we will go higher. We'll test 606, eventually testing 607 in the bull case. We will target the 607 calls with an expiration 2 to 3 weeks out. Let me pull up the chain to give you the exact date so that you know the exact options contract to trade in the event that this occurs as we lay it out. Trade SPY option. Sorry, I'm a little sick, so I might just start hacking here, but we're still got the show on the road, rain or shine, baby. So the 607 calls currently trading at about 339 a contract. We like those in the event that this trade plays out. So again, talking you through this, we expect the market to open neutral. It's trading sideways, maybe testing down a little bit, right? If you get that support touch, that is going to be confirmation that we're going to hold up. If we hold up, we know that we're probably going to head to 607. So that is our bull trade. The 607 call for 2 to 3 weeks out. I like December 23rd expiration. Let's talk bearish price action. I think we'll get the same opening, a little bit of neutral. We could come up a little bit, and then we're going to get the first breakdown, and then we're going to get rejected again. And then I think we're going to test 603. And then I think we have the chance of going as low as about 602. I don't think we'll go 601, but it is possible. So after we get this first break right here, below this level on this chart, keep in mind, I will post this chart to TradingView. So if you follow this account, you will get the notification that it's just Penny Boys, one word, Penny Boys with an I. You will get the notification when I post this chart, so you'll know all of the exact levels I've talked about and mapped out here. You'll have all those on your chart without question. So make sure you follow that account and check that out for when I drop this chart. So in the bearish trade, we're going to target that same expiration. That's December 23rd on the options chain, except this time, excuse me, we are going to look at the 603 puts, which are trading about $5.61, a little more expensive. This is where I will execute that trade on the 603 puts. When we get this confirmation right here, okay, that's when we know this trade is validated. This confirmation validates this trade, and we walk it down to 603, hold it, and we see if we test lower. If we break below 603.5, we will see more downside, and these trades should pay handsomely. So again, now you've got your setup, your bullish and your bearish trades for the S&P. No excuses. You make money in this market no matter what. You are neither bull nor bear. You are simply there. It is that easy. If you follow these trades, these options trades hit every single week. We did have about 45 to 50 continuous weeks last year of these trades hitting at minimum 30 to 50%. Mistress Dividend, thank you. We're glad you're here. So take a quick pause. If you guys like this, you like us, you support us, and you want to see us go to Boomtown, please retweet this out, hit a like, leave a comment. If you're on YouTube, just follow, subscribe, and hit the thumbs up. Show your support. We're here every week grinding it out to give you guys the right trades at the right time that'll help you Boomtown your portfolio. We have distributed our picks, which are our personal trades that have yielded 200% plus return year over year for us, meaning if you followed these trades to the same degree, you should be up about 200% on the year. So I'll take a second to pause to get a little market context here from Shai. Breaking down the SPY, what are you seeing here macro market-wise?
Yeah, so typically during this time of the year, it is a trend-setting type of movement. And what has the trend been since, honestly, all year? Like, it's been up to the right. Like, we've had some V-shaped recoveries, but there's not going to be anything that's going to be released this week or next week that's going to really buck this rally we're experiencing. I do see some toppy exhaustion, and I have a thesis that large tech is not where you want to be in Q1, and you're going to see that in the beginning of January, especially when cap gains won't be on the top of a lot of investors or traders' head on if I should dump this name or not. Large tech is the place to be in 2024. You've seen like a lot of these names like NVIDIA, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, just all the Mag 7 essentially just run up this year. But you're not going to really want to sell right now due to the cap gain noise. That might change in a couple of weeks. And I do think that although the investors' eyes are going from stage 1 of AI to stage 2, which is software, like stage 1 is still kind of where you want. There's some winners in the stage 1 layer. Like, for example, NVIDIA still has that chokehold on the digital economy. That pricing power isn't going to go away anytime soon. It's probably not going to happen next year. Maybe it will happen towards the end of 2026. But even then, the Rubin chip is going to be released in the market. And my biggest fear of NVIDIA isn't their gross margins as much in the next year or so. It's more that their innovation window is rapidly tightening, and there's going to be increased flaws in their latest and greatest chip. Right now, there's been a couple design flaw issues on their most recent chip, and that is cause of concern that they're already talking about Rubin when Blackwell is just getting launched right now. Like, I don't want them innovating so rapidly that they're going to be forgetting about these admin related issues on these chips. By admin, I mean like low hanging, like not going to move the needle, but can really disrupt the scaling of that chip. So I do think NVIDIA is one of those names where like, I trimmed recently, like significantly. As you guys are aware, like I went hard on NVIDIA when during the yen carry trade crisis in August. Like I started a position in 92, not just a position, like a 7% position right away, used margin on all my cash. Like I was in knowing that like NVIDIA is still going to have this chokehold on the digital economy for at least 2 years. Now I'm seeing like the appetite of investors, and myself included, are going away from the hardware and large tech towards what's the next big move. That's clearly software. So I'm like, okay, even if NVIDIA has the chokehold on the digital economy with their Blackwell chips, is that going to matter as much anymore? Like, I really do think like the alpha isn't going to be in large cap tech. I really don't think it's going to be like that next year. I really think it's going to be in small cap and mid cap. That's where you want to be. The last 2 years of the playbook of large tech and semiconductors are leading the rally. I really do think those days are over. Not permanently. I'm just saying in the near term, like I don't think that's where you want to be as much anymore. ASML is a completely different story, in my opinion. That ASML is the bedrock of semiconductors. Like you absolutely need their EUV machines to create these smaller, more powerful chips. And if you look at their chart, like they aren't really participating in the rally this year. They're actually, I think they're red maybe due to their China exposure, and clients of theirs are kind of participating in new forms of getting the compute power they need rather than going through ASML chips, and that's stacking. I won't get into too much, but customers are stacking chips in order to get around paying millions of dollars for the lithography machines that ASML offers. But that is a band-aid. That's not a replacement. So like that, I do think ASML is one of those names that I'm excluding from this like stage one conversion. But large cap tech is not kind of where you want to be, in my opinion. And don't be surprised if we see what we've noticed in the past couple of weeks, where indices are essentially flat, maybe somewhat like barely moving up, but it's really flat. But under the hood, you're seeing so many mid cap, small cap growth names run aggressively. I do think that's going to be the trend in Q1 of 2025, and we'll see. But as of right now, I'm kind of wanting. I never want to have more than 20 names in my portfolio. I rarely want to have more than 15. I think 15 is a great number to have. I might be selling my NVIDIA shares soon if I see an opportunity out there of an overselling in small cap, mid cap growth world. Like NVIDIA is on a chopping block for me, not because they're a bad business. Like, please, I am not bearish on NVIDIA. I am so bullish on the company. I'm talking investment. I think the opportunity cost is going to not be there for NVIDIA compared to a name like Snowflake, which I think fair value is 215. Really, it's going to hit towards 250. MongoDB is going to be a $500 stock. Like the list goes on. Like, but I'll pass back to you, Austin. That's kind of where I'm thinking. Like for SPY, like I don't think it's going to go red. Like correction, but like I don't know if it's going to go to 650, for example. Like I think it's going to be it's going to be a lame duck for maybe a couple months at least, and that's fine. Like it's gone up 45-50% in 2 years. The indices are meant to do that. That's frothiness. But I don't want to correct. I want it to base out and create new levels, because right now it's in price exploration, and I know a lot of traders and myself just don't feel comfortable in participating in that.
Yeah, anytime you get a tightening like this, like look at on all these run up. Let's go even longer term. Let's go weekly here. So guys, anytime you get this kind of so wait, I'm going to break down this chart really quick. You see this little QR code here? So that's going to be your access to a lot of things Shai was just talking about. He's going to break down his next big AI winner for 2025, as well as deep dives and earning analysis on all the trades you hear us discuss here. Send a nice, neat, and tidy package direct to your email. So just take a screenshot of this stream, pull out your phone if you're on desktop, and take a quick picture of that QR code, or leave a comment in the chat and we'll send you the link directly. Make sure you grab that before it's gone, because you do not want to miss the next round of signups. There is a couple thousand people already getting access to this that I know are making money from following these trades. So make sure you don't miss it. So you can see how this price actioning. There we go. We got one right there. Let's shoot him that link, drop it in the comments so you can grab it, please here, guys, somebody on the team. So you see this tightening right here, the price action, the same thing you saw here. I think that we're going to get a mimic, same thing, tightening, boom, a little bit of release, tightening, longer than expected, release, tightening, release, tightening, release, tightening, release, tightening, no release yet. Now, will that release come to, I think, between 580 and 600? I think we're either going to trade down to 580 or we're going to consolidate and trade flat. The market needs it. This is just too much. I mean, look at that. Let's focus on where the natural state progression went, right? If we're talking natural state of progression here, just following trend, that should put us, where's that? Right about there. If you just follow just base, that means if we would have continued at this growth pace, we would be closer to about 480, $500 right now. Instead, we chose the nuclear option and we went, just into madness. So you can see it here. Sorry about all the lines. It's a little messy, but You guys get the picture. So we've gotten the tightening. Now we just need to see that little bit of release so that the price can slow down a little bit. So that's the SPY. You've got your trades. You're locked and loaded. You should make money bull or bear. Do not sleep on it. I want to pass it back over again really quick while I get that link scrounged up for our good people here to a couple of the names you wanted to talk about here before we pivot back over to I want to talk Palantir future price targets. But before we do that, I want to leave it over to you. I know you had a few names you wanted to talk about the stage 2 AI winners. I figure let's just pick one right now because the rest are going to be broken down in that email. Which one would you like to focus on first?
Yeah, let's talk MongoDB first, since they report their earnings after the bell. This is one of my 5 winners of stage 2. If you guys aren't aware of MongoDB, it's essentially the NoSQL database. I won't get into it too much since I know a lot of people aren't technical like that and don't enjoy that. Feels like too much of school, but it's unstructured data. Essentially, they're going to capitalize on the unstructured data of the post-AI world. And a lot of times for stage 1, stage 2, like you have to look for which companies are like their products won't get duplicated. Like which companies code won't get duplicated. Which one has like a significant amount of moat where like a bigger player can't enter that space and create a replicated product. MongoDB has big tech competition, like specifically Amazon's Bedrock. However, I do think that stage 2 of AI is really important to be agnostic, where it doesn't matter which cloud service provider that you're linked up to. Like anyone can use, if they use MongoDB's product, you can use any cloud service provider. Like it doesn't matter which one. I think that's really important in stage 2, like characteristic of a software stock. MongoDB has a consumption business model as well. Like hence knows the trend. Snowflake, love their consumption business model. Confluent, Datadog, like these companies, it's software is all about scalability. And if data is about to explode due to AI, this consumption business model is prime fit for that because the customers just pay as you go. If data is about to explode, the customers aren't going to like, oh, I'm not going to pay up because like I'm going to save a couple bucks and I'm not going to utilize that data to maximize my own efficiency within my organization. They won't think that way. They're going to be handcuffed to whatever they need to amount of data they need in order to make future decisions. They don't care about that cost. This is where MongoDB and Snowflake specifically capitalize on that. And especially the data in the post-AI world is going to be very unstructured. You're going to need a NoSQL database. You're just going to need it. So the biggest issue isn't about MongoDB's product. It's the biggest question is always they're an open source product, so they're trying to convince their clients to use managed source. That is a hurdle. And Amazon's Bedrock is pretty great in my opinion. But this is a company that's $30 billion, ton of runway. Like, I think they're going to be part of this like NoSQL database future. And if so, you've seen what happened to Oracle in the early 2000s. Like this kind of has some characteristics of if AI is what I envision it's going to be, this is where you want your like name. You want this exposure, especially when this name is still, I think, red for the year. It went through the way their database works, their business model is like it's highly vulnerable to transactions, and business spending is a huge weight into their transactions of their database. So business spending is improving, like we've seen, like it is improving now, not just in big tech, but in the smaller names as well. When things go well, things really go well for MongoDB. And we're seeing signs where right now things are starting to get really well again in business spending, especially in SMBs, which MongoDB has a heavy exposure in. So I do think this is one of those names where it can hit 500 really quickly, but not just that. Like if they can start producing high 20% growth, which Atlas just today produced 26% year-over-year growth, their EPS, they absolutely destroy their EPS. Their full year guide for their EPS was, I'm pulling it up right now, $2.47. They came in at $3.02. That's a 15% beat on their EPS guide. Massive. And they also guided up the revenue, like only a couple percentage, but still, like this is a company where Atlas is growing 26% year over year. They are destroying their EP earnings on the bottom line as well. And Atlas is now 68% of their total revenue. So like this is their cloud business is becoming more and more of a weight, which has always been my thesis of if AI is going to explode, Atlas is the key for that growth in MongoDB. That's the one metric I track every single quarter. it's doing really well. So I do think I wouldn't be surprised if Atlas returns to 30% year-over-year growth if my thesis is accurate of what AI is going to do for enterprises. And if that's the case, the street is violently offsides on price on their guide for MongoDB next couple of years, because right now the street thinks MongoDB is going to be growing at an 18% CAGR for the next couple of years. I'm underwriting 28 to 30%. That's nearly double, or let's just say 60% higher if you want the street analysts are estimating. If I'm right, every single one of these analysts are going to be re-rating the stock and guiding significantly higher price target wise, and maybe upgrading from hold to buy or whatever it is. Like, that's the difference on why I think there's alpha right now in MongoDB, and why, if I'm right, this is not just a $500 stock. Like, this could be a $700-800 stock as it gets re-rated. And we've seen what re-ratings are, like how explosive those moves can be via Palantir. So that's my take on MongoDB. This is one of the 5 names I'm really bullish on for stage 2. I built an average cost position around 220. I was very slow in this name because this is a component of that stage 2 AI where it's probably the most speculative among the names, because I love their open source product. I don't know how much it needs to be managed source. And me being twice as bullish as all the analysts estimates are, like, oof, maybe I am just sticking my neck out. So like, I only have a 4% position in this name, for example. But this is one of those names where, like, if I see Alice growing 30+%, I'm going to be adding significantly in this name. So my 2 cents. I'll pass it back to you, Oz.
So I was just mapping out, like, let's just look. So Stocks Buddy is a G. Stocks Buddy is a wizard. Stocks Buddy always wins on the monthly chart. So this tool is incredibly effective on the monthly chart. So I was just extrapolating out, like, looking at growth, right? 591% here, 367% here, 115% here. It's almost getting halved, right? Which makes sense as the market cap grows, that the technical expansion of the market cap would shrink because it's growing in larger incremental figures, right? So it's basically saying you're not going to get the same explosive growth in the chart that you do from like small cap to mid cap when you go from like large cap to mega cap, right? So let's just be conservative here and assume that we're going to see a growth trajectory somewhat similar. That still puts us to 64% upside, which is going to basically put us about 440, which I think would be a pretty fair target, wouldn't you?
I think if it hits 440, psych level 500, I know it's like a Fugazi type of narrative. It's a reality. It's going to hit 500 if it clears 440. I think you're seeing the flow right now towards software names. It's not like I'm just going to dip my toes in. Like, people are racing towards software names that have 2025. Yeah. So like, I think if you see MongoDB, which you saw today, showing clear signs of being one of those like Gen AI winners in the stage 2, I think there's going to be a sprint and overvaluation in this name pretty quickly. Like, they're going to sign a premium valuation. And so I think, I don't know, I'm like stoked. I'm sorry. I'm like,
yeah, what I'm saying is take the narrative you've already discussed. You've talked about the fundamentals. You talked about what their expected CAGR is and growth. If all things remain similar on management side, technicals should support that, right? And then follow in kind. So that would put us like that's like what I found is when you and me are aligned on something and we agree that this is the direction, it always hits, or at least it has every time. You know, there's no 100% expected performance result here. Is no financial advice. I'm just saying here's what's happened. But that would put this at a reasonable 450 target, which sounds like you think it could go to 5 anyway. So I think this might be an interesting trade to explore.
I mean, you just talked about a double in a matter of less than a year again. Like, this is another name that doubled in less than a year. Like, we talked about this name low 200s. Like, we did. So like, it makes sense. Like,
I love this setup personally.
100%.
There you have it. So 100%. I think I might. So I'm going to put this on here for those I know. I hope you have it. If you're not in there, this is one we'll have to talk more about on Friday, and I'm going to see if we can carve out a long-term options trade around this. Make sure you scan this code if you want to get access to the premium section, get your own trading coach, as well as get access to all of the options trades, stock trades, options trades, equity trades, crypto trades, literally anything. We have the best analysts in the business. Screenshot this, come back to it for later, or grab the link in the bio. I think I'm going to break down a trade. So guys, chat, remind me of this Friday on the stream, because I think this is one to definitely discuss. I like that idea. I like that a lot. Me likey. So now we're going to go quickly over to Palantir. I'll give this 5 or 10 minutes, and then we will start giving away some prizes, do some trivia before we get into some smash or pass. Unbelievable. Unbelievable here. So, sorry, let me move this right here. I just put that up there for the trading view. All the shit talking they were doing. When they called my $70 price target insane, and they said I was delusional, and they're like, it's the guy with the fib circles again, and all I got to say is Kobe. That's it, and that's all. So hitting as high as 80, 82, 83, whatever, unfathomable 1,000%er. So cheers to everyone that had that bag cooking on this. What's next? Well, we talked about a $100 price target. I think that's ambitious, but I will tell you that if we stay above 70, that's definitely still on the table. I have, for the first time, and I think Shai has as well, trimmed a little bit here. 1,000%. Wouldn't be in this business doing as long as I have if I didn't. That's not to say I don't still have a significant position, because I do. And by significant, I mean I have more than 3 to 5% in this total allocation. So that being said, if we stay north of $70, I like this chart, and I have a high degree of confidence that it will continue. I want to be very clear, though. We are up 1,000% on this. This was a 1,000% equity trade. The options trade was, I don't know. I gotta pull it up. I don't even fucking know at this point of the contracts that are still holding. So I want to be very clear on that, because I know sometimes people pop on the stream and they're like, well, you said. And I was like, well, dude, keep in mind. So again, I'm a big believer of like show, don't tell. So I like to be very radically transparent with you guys when we talk about, like, hey, here's where I'm at. Here's what my position is right now. Here's what I'm doing. We just show you all of it. So these are the contracts I'm still holding. They're a little red today, but I think it's in total 4,240% return. These contracts were under $100. So this is the kind of stuff that all of you that are out there with a smaller account, or you're just starting out and you're still $2-3 grand, this should be your hope shot, that the right, well-configured, well-managed trades that you let ride. And if you come to this stream, you already have the continued analysis. We give you that juice every week. If you let, and my average cost was $133 a piece. So that means that $100 is now worth $5,700. If you let the winners ride, you will make unfathomable amounts of money on the right trades if you're trading like this. So again, I like to show, don't tell, so that you don't ever have to say, hey, bullshit. You can do that with any size account. That's proof right there. It's a $130 contract that ran to $5,700. Scan that QR code, join the community. Make sure you have his newsletter, because that's stupid for $4 a month. It's like not even 50 cents an email, and he's giving you 10 years of research in an easy little snack. So Palantir, that's what we're looking at continuing from here. If it stays above 70, I love it. I mean, it's the chart. You let the chart tell you the story, and the story is that if we stay above 70, we're still bullish in the short term. If we stay above 50, we're bullish in the long term. But I'm not going to hold and find out. Again, I took, I think, a couple hundred shares off. So we're up 1,000%. So I already covered my initial equity. Like, I'm riding for free playing with house money. So keep that in mind. But this is not a trade I would chase at this point. There's better options. Just be very mindful. Check in with the stream, and we'll give you the juice every week. Get in the premium communities. You have the chance to ask questions, learn the strategy, get a coach, get the trade. If you have more questions, you could reach out to us on Twitter. We are pretty responsive to DMs. But that's Palantir. I wouldn't hold on for hope past that. Next, I want to talk about another one that we've absolutely crushed this year, and a very I got confirmation from someone I very much so admire and look up to that labeled a pretty ridiculous price target on this one. And I just want to say that I do think we're going to $56 on IonQ. Whether it's over the next year or 3, I think this is a great long-term hold that I'm going to continue to squeeze onto. What are your thoughts real quick before we get into trivia here in 2 minutes?
Yeah, IonQ, you're seeing quantum computing just become the next hot pocket right now. Like you're seeing names like Google make breakthroughs today on their quantum computing chip, where I forgot what the quote was, but something on their new quantum computing chip can take 5 minutes that used to take billions of years before on standard computers. That's what the breakthrough was today. And you're seeing Sridhar, I think it was, or the CEO of Google, talk to Elon on like Twitter about maybe quantum computing chip can be used via Starlink, etc. So there's some echoing, Austin, I think, on your end. If you want to go mute.
What?
There's some echoing a bit. But yeah, so IonQ, I do think IonQ, like maybe it got way too aggressive on like this bid from $7 to $35 in a matter of months. Of course, any stock that goes up 400 to 500% in less than a year, less than a couple months, or less than 2 quarters, I do think it's probably overbought. But this quantum computing thematic is absolutely real and it's going to happen a lot sooner than people think. This used to be like, oh, maybe 2028, a 2028 story, but really it might be right around the corner, and you're seeing breakthroughs from big tech right now. And I do think IonQ could be the one that has the QAAS, which is quantum computing as a service. Like if they can offer that, their agnostic approach, watch out. Like that is the best pure play quantum computing play in the market, in my opinion. There's other ways you can go, but like there's no other quantum computing stock out there has a scalability that IonQ has, and the quality, in my opinion, on what their product actually is. But when there's massive disrupting companies that are small caps, they're playing against big dogs, there's going to be somewhat of pullbacks. And IonQ, like, yeah, can it go pull back to $22? Probably. It could go down 60% because this isn't a fundamental story. It's more of a thematic investing narrative. And until they can prove profitability is like within 2 years, which I don't think it's going to, which I could care less about. At quantum computing is like the infantry days. Like I don't want them to worry about profitability. I want them taking market share, making innovation rapidly for their products. And right now they're going top line triple digits, going to be doing that for the next couple of years. This is a name that you should not miss out on and needs to be on your like buying list, laundry list of what stocks to get exposure in if we get a macro-driven pullback. Because if we do get a macro-driven pullback, this is one of those names that will pull back significantly because they don't have the fundamental profile to kind of back up this valuation. Austin, you ready? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Oh, forgot I muted myself.
There you go.
Trivia time, baby.
Yeah, let me post. All right, so trivia time. So this is going to be a fun trivia game. I just put the link up over here. All right, click this link. We're going to play a 3-question trivia game. Last week, we played this trivia game. Winner who got 3 for 3 right ended up getting a 1 hour one-on-one session with me. And Enzo, if you're still playing this, participating, you can play this and get another session with me. You're awesome. Appreciate it. But I really enjoyed that one-on-one session doing that. So I'm going to be offering it again for this trivia game. So whoever gets 3 for 3 right, I'll get the name on here, play a little, spin it on the wheel, and I'll choose the winner. And I'm going to DM you. Either you want $100 via Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle, or we'll do a 1 hour one-on-one session where you can pick my brain about anything you want. I give you my insights on whatever you have in your portfolio, trades, or whatever you want. That's the times and office hours type thing. So link is below. There's going to be one fun question that if there's any Penny Boys analysts on here, same with Austin, I want you playing this because it's a really funny question about Austin and I. So participate in that. And
I like that.
All right, I'm gonna launch it right now in 5 seconds.
I'm waiting for it to go live.
All right.
I'm already on the screen, but I clicked it and it just took me to the live.
Yeah, so it's going to do right here. December trivia. All right, I'm launching it right now. In 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how many gets 5 right. 5 right. 3 for 3 right. I mean. 3 for 3 right.
Okay.
Do you see the question?
What? Fuck. Oh, no, goddamn. I think it. All right, there's one. Oh, I know the answer. Well, I don't want to win because I'm probably the only one that knows that answer.
We'll see if you get 3 for 3.
Know.
I don't know if you get. I don't know if you can get the other questions right.
I did. Wow.
You got 3 for 3 right? You got my biggest gainer right. I did not think you'd get that right. What?
Yeah, baby, you did it. Get some. I love it. Yeah, I'm the best.
I'm impressed by that.
I'm the best. Oh, yeah.
Pookie got that one wrong.
I'm the fucking champ, dude. Damn it. Am I going to be the only one that got this right?
Let's see.
And in 15 seconds, dude. I think I clapped.
That is fast. I'm shocked you got my biggest 2024 gainer rate. All right, as everyone's doing this, write down your tickers down for your smash and pass as we're doing this. But I'm shocked. I thought it was gonna be the obvious one, which like everyone. I don't know.
Hey, you got a minute left. If you didn't do it yet, just type that address in the bar and complete the game. Do it. 3 more.
It'd be really cool if I got a lifetime member as a 101 session too.
Oh, that would be crisp. I like this new blue, whoever changed it on the StreamYard from black to blue. I like the blue better. Looks better. 1 minute left if you didn't do it yet. There's 4,600 people here, so come on, guys.
No way. Only 2 people got a ray.
All right, make sure you drop those tickers for Smash or Pass, guys. Drop those tickers in the chat one at a time. We actually got enough time to go through quite a few of them, so today's the day. I feel like they're always like dropping a ton of them when we don't have time. Today we do have time, so 25 participating. Nice.
We got 6 people get it right, so that's an 18% chance now for a 101. Only 6 people got a right. I can say this now. I'm shocked he got Rock Lab or Palantir. A lot of people thought Palantir was my biggest winner in 2024. Shocked.
I just did the math, baby. So what was the best time?
What was the best time?
Who had the best time?
Oh, it doesn't show me time, I don't think.
Yeah, who had 3 for 3 in the least amount of time?
Probably you. Oh. Probably you, for sure.
Probably. That's what I was fishing for, so thank you.
Oh, fishing. Interesting. You said that word. I try to fit Branzino and so fish on our first off, one of the questions was what did Austin and I do on our first time we met? We went to a romantic dinner in Hollywood, eating a Branzino together. Just one fat Branzino that the guy just cut up between us, and it was just like such a romantic setting. That was the first time we met, and that was like that was the answer for that.
It question. We were the only there was not a business venue. It was very romantic. And the guy was like, look, if you order this, it takes 2 hours. And I was like, do it. I need my time. I need to lock him in case I shit the bed. But it worked out. And I was like, all right, well, now we got 2 hours to kick it, dude. We did argue about Shopify for a good 30 minutes, though. That took up at least 30 minutes. which I did concede at the end. Oh, there we go. We got the tickers. Yeah, I know it's smart, man. Come on. What you think I'm doing? I didn't fly out to LA to meet somebody for a fucking 20-minute meeting. Wait, come on now. Come on now. Smarter than that, huh? All right, let's
MDB
see.
just crashed right now.
See.
So for your comment, MDB
Whom?
crashed because MongoDB just went down 8% on their earnings. From what I'm reading, I said listen to a conference call because I'm doing this, but it looks like they're expecting a sequential decline in their non-Atlas revenue for next quarter. Again, what was my thesis when I talked about MongoDB? It was Atlas. So I could care less about their non-Atlas revenue. And if this becomes significantly red, it might be an ad for me. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Welcome back, Ed. I see you here every week, baby. Keep on coming. All right. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Okay. Whew. Start with number 1, BTCT from John, 33333, or I guess quadruple 3. Dude, we need to try to get Stone Cold Steve Austin to come on this one time. I don't really know why, but I would kill to have some Stone Cold Steve Austin on here. That'd be badass. Just talking about whoop ass, dude. God, that'd be awesome. So, BTC Digital, is this like a spinoff? Hey, we mine Bitcoin. You should buy us. Because if so, pass. I will just buy Bitcoin. So I don't know
guys,
if that's what this is.
There's going to be a crazy amount of vehicles for crypto next like year or so. Like, be cautious on what to add. Like, this looks like one of those be cautious type things. So I think pass.
So basically, guys, like as they release, they'll release Solana ETFs. I'll buy Solana. They'll release Ethereum ETFs. I'll buy Ethereum. There's a reason they want to buy the underlying and they want you to buy them. So do the math there. Why do they want you to buy them, not the underlying? They want to own the underlying. So just do the math, baby. That's all you got to do. So I'm going to go on a limb and say this is a pass. Is that what they do? Are they just like we mine Bitcoin?
I think so. That's all I got.
I'm assuming that's what it is. So I'm just going to assume that, and I'm going to pass. So OTLK, Outlook Therapeutics, that's a fun one. That is a fun biotech to trade. Ooh, sold off. This one is a beautiful range-bound trader. When it finds a range, it loves to stick in that range. This one has been a blast to trade, just up and down for long periods of time. It looks like right now it has fallen out of that range, and it's basically in no man's land, which means it can go anywhere down there. So that's going to be a hard pass on OTLK. That one's going to get a pass, my friends. Unless this is trading above $7, I don't want it. It looks like they also probably did a reverse split because I know this was trading at about $1. So that's going to be a walk away. No thanks. Talk about it later. Pookie, weird ticker, but I guess we'll look at it. On and on. Oh, weird ticker, good chart. Do you know anything about this? Anon?
It's the on shoes. The on shoes. You've seen it. It's like those popular on shoes. What's it called? Shoes. On shoes.
Oh, I thought it was
something
cloud on cloud or something.
No, it's on shoe. Yeah, on cloud. Like that's one.
For some
of the
reason,
products.
I feel like their logo looks similar to Dick's Sporting Goods logo.
You're not wrong in that. It does kind of look like it.
Dude, I remember seeing those. It was a flight to LA. I just was like, that's how I always find trends. Is I go to LA because it happens there first.
Yeah,
anything fashion related or consumer related, it happens there first. So when I travel to LA, I just make note. I wish I would have known they were publicly traded. I would have bought it because I bought my dad these shoes right after. No one had them in Chicagoland area. Nobody. And people started asking my dad, "Where'd you get them? Where'd you get them?" And my dad loved them. They're so comfortable. And then within a year, dude, they're everywhere. And my wife has them. It's basically like the shoe shine thing with stocks. God bless you, Sweet Pea. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. But when my wife comes to me with shit, it's like, oh, but it's over, dude. We got to get out. Like it's cooked. Middle America white ladies have found this. It has already ridden its course. It is no longer on trend.
I mean, that thesis would have worked out for Etsy and Pinterest.
Fashion. She claims that shorts with tights is coming back and is going to be huge this winter. So for what it's worth, like lace tights and shorts, not skirts. So write that down. Hopefully she's right. So on. I mean, dude, looks like this chart is topping out here. Personally, this looks like a topper.
I mean,
to me,
what I think they got the disruption on like their shoes already. So now you have to ask like, what's next? And that's the biggest question. Like, what is next? Because
yeah, exactly. I would say over 55, ride it to 80. That's about as good as I could do for you. But right now, I would say it's getting a pass from me, dog. Sorry, Pookie. TMDX, we've talked about this one, has faced recent hardships, but I believe is going to base right here. Personally, I think you might get a chance to buy this at 60. If so, that's a great option for me. Thoughts? You're in the same boat, correct?
Yeah, so I think it's going to hit 62 before it really bounces. That was like the key 200-week SMA. Yeah, TMDX. But TMDX's first ever investor day is tomorrow. If they provide 2025 full year guidance, which I'm hoping they will, that could be a game changer because their revisions on 2025 guidance has been significantly falling off a cliff, going from 38%, 35, 32. Now it's 23%. If they can guide up closer to 28 to 30%, this name is a 35% short squeeze candidate. It can go up significantly off that news, and then hopefully the chart balances out. But either way, it is going through a hurdle short term. So like I'm more pass in the short term, although it's a top 5 position for me in my portfolio. I just think unless Wall-E provides clarity tomorrow, this name feels like it wants to go in the low 60s next earnings.
All right, there you heard it. JWAG, I'm giving you one at the moment because we got a few. UAVS, dude, what are you doing? I remember when they discovered this was like a couple of guys in a garage, dude. I owe them a lot of money. I made at least 5 figures trading this one, but look at how much I got to stretch this chart just to get to reality here. That should kind of tell you right there.
How many reverse splits along the way?
You feel me, Cools? Even though you've crushed the small caps, I would just be very careful here. But I will say this above 590, I don't hate it. It's just, guys, this is trash. It's hot garbage. It's a trade. I'm in and out. I make my money and I go home. It is not a long hold. It is nothing I would like to have in my portfolio for Christmas. I would treat this as this is a hang and bang. This is a side piece situation. You want to turn on a movie and get to it. This is the kind of person you do that with, UAVS. So I'd say above 590, it's a great trading tool. To like $7.40. Lock it in and go home and make sure you wrap it up. You always want to wear protection with names like that. Follows very similarly to life. If you guys pick up on what I'm putting down there. Whoa, this one's garbage though. I've heard that it's all bullshit.
Not a real company.
The C3 AI.
It's not a real company. Not a real company.
Is this nonsense?
I mean, they're reporting 29% year-over-year growth right now.
That was like you that said it. I thought it was you, but I wasn't certain.
There's a lag right now, but yeah, C3 AI, it's like heavily exposed to government revenue. It's really only going to be a government play on AI. CEO has some respect in the AI space, but I don't see them as a real AI company going forward. I've done my DD on the company. I don't think it's ever going to grow 30% top line while being profitable or have a non-GAAP EPS of profitability. Like, I don't think those days are possible. And I think it's just a Momo, like a meme stock. That's it. So I'd pass on the same. But if it's, I mean, listen, if it breaks $55, it looks like it can really fill a gap.
Sorry, I'm just looking through these to find some good ones. MongoDB crashed. Yeah, we talked about that. JWIC NBIS. What the hell is this? Never heard of this. Nabisco? Is that Nabisco? Let's see. God, this is slow right now. What's going on here? Nebius Group? Whoa. This looks like a meme coin, dude. This is meme coin chart.
Never heard of it.
Interesting. Nebius Group. What the hell is this? Looks like it's about to get washed out. I'll just tell you that right now. So building infrastructure for the AI revolution. We're building one of the world's leading AI infrastructure companies. Oh, they own Yandex. Now it's slightly interesting. The Russian Google. Familiar with Yandex? It's like the Russian Google, no. I believe.
Don't touch anything Russian. I can't believe I have to say that, but
this is...
stay away.
Oh my God. Etsy, that's an interesting one. So I'm just going to scoot right along past that.
I don't know. This is
actually, I'm not going to lie to you, not on the topic of Etsy, but I heard a pretty interesting. I'm going to pass on it. We're just going to move right on to eBay because someone made an argument to me pro eBay.
Well, they own PayPal.
Interesting. And then I looked at the chart and I was like, this is actually kind of interesting. So I was curious your thoughts. This is one I was going to actually run your skull on.
I mean, eBay is really cheap. It really is undervalued. I already know that.
Presenting.
But the question is, like, what's the future for them in this like world? Like,
yeah,
can AI? Can they? I don't know. What's their AI angle? In my opinion, like they have to have some of an AI angle. Maybe agent bots, like selling the products for you and communicate to the buyers and sellers and doing everything for you. All you have to do is take a photo of the product, write it out, and then have the agent bot take care of the rest. I just came with that thesis on the fly. That's fucking bullish if they can figure that out. If they haven't, they need to. Because imagine a world where eBay just handles all the end-to-end of reselling products for you. All you have to do is take a photo and just tell them what it is, and they just take it from there. Holy moly, that's actually a really interesting angle.
eBay's worth a look, I'd say. Cake? Why is this taking so long, dude? The Cheesecake Factory? No way, dude. Oh my God, look at this chart. What the? What'd you say?
Yeah, you're lagging a bit. I think that's why it's taking so long. But Cheesecake, yeah, I mean, the Cheesecake at the Grove is always packed. So
yeah. Well, all right. I just wouldn't buy Cheesecake Factory right now. That's just what I'm saying. I just don't see. But I guarantee you they're crushing. Like, I see people spending money left and right. I don't know how. They talk about recession, dude. I see people, not to profile, but let's be honest. Like, I know a lot of people that I know don't make a lot of money, but they're living right now. So, like, I don't get it, man. Like, I'm definitely frugal. I try to punch below the weight class as much as possible. I live cheaper than most people I know that I might make a lot more money than, just because I don't know. I'm just like, I like packing it away like a squirrel. My money gets invested, not spent. But I know a lot of people, dude, that go spend a lot of money at shit like Cheesecake Factory. They'll go have, like, look, if I'm going to have a nice dinner and I'm going to spend $200, it's going to be like, it needs to be like world class, or at least nationally renowned, right? Like a nice restaurant in Chicago or something like that. Take my wife, have a nice, like I'll spend $200-300 on that. But to see some of the people I know spend $200-300 on like Cheesecake Factory, it blows my mind. So I don't know, man. Maybe they're going to crush. I really can't tell you anymore. Like none of this is making any sense, dude. When you see some of the things that money's flowing into, it really just like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
Looks like Nvidia invested $700 million in that NBIS. That's interesting. We'll have to talk about that. Damn, you guys came to play today in the comments. I love that. Buy some nice bubbly. Juan said we got to pull this up in real time. MDB reversed the whole move.
Yeah.
That means investor confidence is high.
I made comments on that. The management made a comment on the conference call. Their non-Atlas revenue is going to see a sequential decline.
I thought he meant it reversed the sell-off.
They did. I think it gave up 8%. Their 8% gap up. I think now it's up 1%. It's because of the non-Atlas headwind they're going to experience next quarter. But like, come on, like I'm investing in MongoDB for Atlas. Like, why would I care about their non-Atlas? Again, it's exactly like Tesla. Like, why do you care about EV deliveries when you're all about AI, software, autonomy? Like, that's why I'm in MDB is Atlas. So I don't know if this dip will get bought that much, but I think this is a really. I have to dig into the report because I was streaming when they came out, but it looks like a strong one.
Well, I love it. All right, it is 5:01. We love y'all. Stay blessed. Next week we're going to be back doing trivia again, and we're also going to do a little bit of an extra giveaway on top just to juice you guys up. And thank you for being here and supporting. If you share and like this, we appreciate you greatly. I want to also say that we will be live Friday, live trading, creating some options trades in the Discord. I put that link in the chat to go to the WAP store page to get signed up. I really recommend you come. It's one of the best times to cut it up with all the analysts and get the big time options trade. For instance, we're up about 210% of our Amazon trade that was created in that room 2 weeks ago. Our Tesla trade went over 600%. That was a trade from that room from the Friday session. We have more than paid for it time and time again. So you can just go to wap.com/PB alerts or send us a DM on Twitter and we will respond with the link. So we love y'all. Did you have something you wanted to say real quick?
Eric Kleiner with Eric Kleiner with a K. DM me. You won. Good job.
Kamita blockchain. You can go to the YouTube recording. Let me grab that link for you. I want to say it's just youtube.com/ I'll give you the exact link actually. One second. My computer's slow as hell today. Sorry about that. All right. So here it is. Oh, I love you too, Victor. That's my boy. Victor, if you're in the Discord, shoot me a DM. I got a gift for you. I love when people share the love. It's just at Big Quench in the Discord. Join up. I love you too. And we're going to send you a little gift for sharing your love with us because this is an intimate family at the end of the day. So, again, you got your SPY options trades. We talk Palantir. You've got your future price targets. You know where all of the biggest names are going to go. You got access to this handsome gentleman's newsletter, which breaks down earnings and the future outlook of AI and how it impacts the market and gives you the names that you need to capitalize. And you now have access to, I dropped the YouTube. Oh, it only goes to YouTube. It doesn't post to X. Just shoot me a DM on Twitter, Kamita. Say that Pennyboy stock, and I'll shoot you that link. But yeah, thanks for showing up, guys. We'll see you Friday on the Premium Analyst stream where we are giving you the options trades to pair with hopefully IonQ, maybe MongoDB, and I'm hoping it'll be a nice 10-bagger for you. So we love you all. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.